Chris.
Oh, jeez.
We're live.
We can tell the people. We can tell the people what's going on. Hey, Rich, what's going on? Why are you looking like something's paining you? Why are you drinking? It's almost like you're you're just grossed out. Almost like you heard something horrible.
I'm trying to forget that conversation. I'm going to gulp this whole drink down. Man.
So what happened was... No, let's not talk about it. And we're back!
There we are.
What up, guys?
We are here.
There's a whole 35. Oh, Bryn, can you sing and dance? And
this is Jeff's first time watching one of these. I'd like to apologize in advance, Jeff.
Oh, Andrew, you've been here for like an hour just watching this garbage go down.
Yeah, and man.
Now that you're seeing like
you see behind the curtain.
Yeah.
It's the same as in front of the curtain.
Yeah, there's no big planning. There's nothing. Just a bunch of idiots doing stuff.
Hey, Tommy, what up?
It's Tommy.
Cracking, everyone.
We're live, by the way. Just thought I'd warn you because no one warned me.
I know. Nobody warned you. What? You were on before me.
No, I mean in previous ones, you know. In case you were concerned about keeping a job, like some of us here are.
I don't know, man. My boss can be a real stickler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. What an ass.
But Rich, how did that one turn out? By the way, Rich, just for the record. Exactly.
For everybody looking at us and going, "Oh wow, yeah, you guys are right. Thank you." Anyway, moving on.
So what are we doing tonight, guys?
Dude, you just told me to be here. So I'm here.
Oh,
what are we doing today?
An hour ago, I was still working at the shop. Like,
I was just finishing up my car. I hope it works.
Did everyone?
It's a BMW. Something else will be wrong with it.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. I just did coolant hoses on my BMW, and I'm not test driving. I'm going right to work tomorrow. Nothing will go wrong. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Rich, can somebody answer their phone tomorrow morning when I inevitably call and start to pull over on the highway? I may need a ride. It's also going to snow. It's going to be great.
Oh, have fun with that. I don't have to worry about that. All right, so what are we doing? Are we talking about what? Do we have a plan?
Yeah.
Or no?
No, I don't
know.
Do we?
Oh,
there we go. Look at that. Who's going to
there.
Vision?
I'll be there.
Who's going to STX? I'll be at both.
I'll be there.
Rich for my blood.
I'll be at STX.
So
I'll be teaching all of the classes.
What sweepstakes do we got going here, guys? We still have this Pico thing going on?
We're going to win Tommy's hat.
How many days?
Ooh.
We got 14 days left until this thing's up. We got 2 weeks, guys.
Wow.
Yeah,
50
more
weeks.
tickets. 50 more tickets. If we sell them, then you get to see me in a dress, but you also do not get to see Rich.
Wait, what? What's the deal?
Wait. Hold on. I'd rather buy the 50 tickets so I don't see you in a dress.
Well, that's what it is. You buy the 50 tickets, you don't have to see Rich, but you get to see me.
Yeah.
In my prime is what I'm saying.
I don't think I added that to the rules.
I added it to the rules.
I need to update this website.
You get like a sneak peek, like of that.
Ooh, Brian, are you doing that little auto scroll right now? That slow scroll, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome how you're doing that. Yeah. So it's a raffle for a Pico. That's the advanced kit, right?
That's an awesome kit, is what it is.
Yeah. It's got all of the things.
Stealth mode. Pretty sure it's Star Wars edition, isn't it?
And it's Chris Martino's favorite color, black.
And he touched it.
Yeah.
He opened it.
I did touch it. I touched it. I had my hands on it. If you use my fingerprints.
Let's hope the cat didn't.
That's Blue Steel. Cat can scratch it. Rich gets that joke.
Oh, Jesus.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
That's Cocoon, guys. That's a movie for old folks like Rich.
I saw that in '86. and that's the last time I saw it.
I was 2 years old, bro.
Fastest Casket says, I bet Scotty Kilmer wins the Pico.
Leave it to Rich to make me feel young. Jesus Christ.
That was Chris, not me.
That was Chris, man.
Yeah.
What I do? What I do?
Make Tommy feel
Rich
old.
is
No,
millennial.
because I pulled out a cocoon joke and Rich got it without even putting it. Nobody gets that joke, by the way. Only Rich gets that
There's
joke.
only like 3 people saw that movie, so now I know who 2 of them are.
No, they made 2 of them.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so good they did it again.
It's like the Sharknado of the 80s. Got it.
Dude, Sharknado was great. Don't talk any shit about Sharknado. So, okay, so Pico raffle. So you get the Pico Awesome Kit, Stealth Edition, Vader Edition, how much are the raffle tickets, Brian?
They're $10 a piece if you buy.
$10?
If you
Only $10.
an measly $10. If you want to buy 2 tickets, you can get 2 chances to win. If you buy
That's
10, that's $100. 10 chances
that's like
to
the
win.
equivalent of $5 pre-pandemic, right?
Are you flipping kidding me?
Yeah, inflation actually went up. It's $11.95 for a ticket.
How much does that kit retail about?
It's the advanced one. That's like isn't that like 4,000?
You can't even get it anymore.
Can't even get it.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
priceless.
limited edition.
It's priceless.
Not to mention an Autologic one that's black.
Special. Yeah, it's black.
Is it black
And-
or
and-
gray or
and I'm-
whatever?
And I measured it. It is slightly bigger.
We could go.
Which one?
This could get bad quickly.
Let's just move on.
Look at the time.
Oh Jesus! Moving on. So Andrew, how's it going?
It's going, man.
Who the hell is Mister? Oh Lord. Never
Oh
mind.
God!
I'm like Mr. Who?
It's Mike Robinson and Mike Robinson's head. Mike, can you show us the top of your head, please?
Oh, I have him hidden.
He's not even on. Yeah, he's
I
not
didn't-
even on the YouTube,
I
so
didn't
no
even
one
know he
knows.
was there. There he is.
Oh,
Mike.
there he is.
It's snowing.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh,
He's outside
Jeez.
getting yelled at in the snow.
That's
close.
so-
Does he have a beard? Does he have a beard? Get closer. Let me see.
He does have a beard.
He's in Michigan,
Oh my
man.
God.
You gotta have a beard to be up there. It's so
dude.
cold.
Mike's gonna bring back smoking. He's gonna make
Oh, he-
smoking cool again.
You're making that smoking look real cool, Mike.
I liked it better when his camera was off.
Oh.
I love you, Mike. All right, so Andrew's here.
What up, Andrew? Who's Andrew?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Oh, you know what? I know what happened. He grew a beard when he bought the Harley.
Exactly, it's a prerequisite.
And you gotta snap the throttle every time you come to a stop at a red light.
And you gotta go brap, brap, brap.
Well, that's to keep it from vibrating the bike loose.
No, I do not do that.
Yes, you do, mister.
He looks down at the engine like he's expecting it to break every time. Anyway,
You see that scene in Talladega Nights where the race car team owner's wife listens to the cars go around? It's like, I like to feel the vibrations.
Yeah.
Going around. That's Mike when he rides the Harley. I just like to feel the vibrations.
Oh,
It
boy.
feels so good. All right, we should probably move on.
What's up with all these white people jokes, man?
You never saw
We're
Talladega
white
Nights?
people. What do you expect?
It's like, come on, man. I thought I had some influence here. Oh, damn it.
I like Taco Bell, Tommy.
What kind of movies do brown people watch?
I got him.
oh, he's gonna have a sinus infection now, isn't he?
Good thing it's just water.
Oh.
Not semen like my good friend over there.
Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right, composure, guys. Hold it together.
Composure.
Oh,
Whew. Yeah, okay. So, going on.
What's Andrew doing
Andrew?
today, guys? What do you got?
Andrew Fisher
he's
is
wearing a
with us.
hat.
Andrew, thank you so much for joining us. You actually have something worthwhile. You have
Yes,
content for us.
thank you for bringing some value to this content.
I'm not sure how much value it's going to be.
It's better than what we've done so far, trust me.
This is more, the presentation I'm going to give today is more of my mistakes. So we'll see how it goes. How easy it is to get tunnel vision and just basically like overlook the simple stuff. Something I've always kind of been an advocate of. Anytime you guys go to classes, especially the novice guys, right, the entry level ones, you sit back in the stands and you listen to these experts talk, and you're like, man, these guys don't make any mistakes, right? And the reality is, you guys and I know that we get to that level, or you get to that level. I won't put myself there just quite yet, by making a ton of mistakes. So that's kind of what today's is. It was a big oversight, not just by myself, but also by a field service engineer as well.
Wow.
It was a great learning experience, So I think this one might bring a tad bit of value to some people, just to see the realities of what it's like to be a diagnostician.
That's crazy because I never make mistakes.
No, never. Ever.
Not even today.
Wait, my last video was a mistake, so I can't say that.
Oh, I mean, if you make a mistake and nobody's around to see it, is it really a mistake?
It's not a mistake if you can document it well enough.
Exactly.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah, and I just kind of want to shine some light on that. I get asked a lot locally by younger guys, like, how do you get to the next level? And I truly believe it's failures, right? Like, I think it was a Michael Jordan quote I heard years and years ago, I only succeed because of the amount of fails I had, or something along those lines. And that's always resonated with me, even in the chosen career that we have. So, we're going to kind of shine a little bit of light. I do get long-winded, guys, so if you got to hurry me up, I like to talk. So just press on. We're good. So
anything that keeps us quiet is fine. So keep going.
All good. Do you want to share your screen, Andrew? Or?
Yeah, let me do that right now.
Awesome.
Let's see here. Slides.
Mario donated $9.99 and then 99 cents towards the Pico raffle.
But he said one more penny.
That's $10.98.
All right.
So he's got one ticket and 1/8 of another.
I guess I forgot that's that Florida math. That's that Florida public school.
That's Florida math, exactly. Yeah.
All right, sorry.
No, you guys are good, man. Is it working? I can't see it on my end.
You're
so
good,
I'm just
man.
making sure. Okay. So just a little backstory on this particular one. A really good friend of mine and a good tech is a dealership GM technician at the local dealership down here. Actually, one of my former employers. I get a call one night, and he's a little concerned. He installed a crate engine on this 09 GMC Sierra, and now the vehicle's running rough. At this point, he's already been in contact with TAC. You guys that may not be familiar with it, TAC is Technical Assistance Center for General Motors. In true TAC fashion, and it's not a cutload of these guys. I mean, they deal with a lot. Few of you guys do the remote diagnostics. You know how it is. They kind of got him chasing his tail a little bit here. They did the Swaptronics, like they kind of recommend. So at this point, the vehicle is setting a PO300 and then rich codes on both banks. He calls me up, explains what he's seeing. He's like, hey, I'm getting misfires. I believe cylinder 3 was the biggest misfire culprit that he had. He explains everything, and we set up a time. I go in there on a Saturday. I meet him there on his day off. Kind of use it as a teaching experience for both of us because, unfortunately, GM techs have access to a Pico, but most of them don't know how to use it yet. They're using it for vibration only. So I figured this was a good time to share what the Pico or any scope is capable of doing for these guys. I'll be honest, I get in there and I threw my blinders on instantly. The vehicle was cold. on initial start, the car is running rough. I mean, we're in open loop. The car is running pretty rough. Minute goes into closed loop. It's running horribly, guys. I mean, it's surging. I'm kind of like not really putting the pieces together here. We have a conversation. I know all the parts at this point have been replaced, but we're going to kind of start from square one at this point. So one of the first tests I like to do is a relative compression test. That particular day, I forgot my amp clamp at the shop, so we did it across the battery post here. And I don't know if you guys can see, but right here, I see a little bit of an anomaly right in this particular area right here. And I'll be honest, here's where the blinders go on. I go right for that. I see a little bit of an issue, and I think that's what we're gonna find. So we're gonna keep working through this here a little bit. At this point, you know, I seen it on the initial test, so I went ahead and I put in the WPS, and sure enough, cylinder 3, I'm lining up here. So at this point, I'm really thinking we have a mechanical issue. You know, just baseline quick testing, I feel we got a mechanical issue. I see a little bit of lower compression on the cylinders, was a little concerning for me. So again, you know, we're kind of talking back and forth. I know at this point, prior to me getting there, a new injector had been installed on cylinder 3. Okay. And I guess I need to back up just a tad bit here. The field service engineer had already been out with him prior to me arriving. The FSE was kind of on the fence on which way they wanted to go with the vehicle prior to me getting there. They seen a couple things that were a little concerning for them. They had already pulled the crank sensor, the cam sensor, swaptronics with the coils, pulled injectors, and I'm sure I'm missing a couple things here. But they spent a good majority of the day. The FSC, when they pulled the crank sensor out, decided to put a bore scope in there, and they did see an anomaly on the crank reluctor. I was a little disheartened, I'll be honest, that they didn't throw a scope on there yet, but apparently even the FSC was not comfortable enough doing this, so they overlooked it. And I will be honest, on trip 2, I did do this, and I seen nothing at that point. But kind of the whole premise of this slide.
I'm sorry, was the reluctor like damaged or something, or?
Yeah, I'll be honest. The pictures I seen for me were just too inconclusive. It was I believe it was a older snap-on bore scope. It was not a very clear picture. Yeah. To me, it looked like maybe some shipping damage or a little bit of, I guess, a lack of a better word, be some corrosion on the reluctor tip, and just like 2 of the teeth. I mean, I do not feel, in hindsight, looking back, that this would have caused any sort of issue, and I don't feel we would have picked this up on a scope at that point had it been checked. Okay. But again, a little bit of the backstory. I guess GM had been fighting a similar issue out in like the Montana, Wyoming area, and what they had found was a damaged reluctor on the crank. So I don't know if maybe the FSC got a little bit like I did, got complacent and seen it once, and we're gonna focus all of our energy there. But for whatever reason, that was kind of his call for it. In retrospect, you know, he ended up calling an engine on this. But again, just to kind of back up for everybody who doesn't know, you know, I think we all get discouraged. We see, you know, a lot of you guys here on Train by Tex and like the Scanner Danners, the Marios, you guys are at the upper level of this career path than some of us that are still breaking into it and practicing. And I myself, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that every once in a while I get complacent just because of the background that I have. It's a very high volume shop. I'm a diagnostician there. An average day, you know, 6, 10, 12 cars is not uncommon. In the summer, it'll hit 20 cars a day. So I'm very fast paced. I got to move in and out. Where I am at, we do not normally go past the intake for repairs. So generally, if I come up with a conclusion that we have a mechanical issue, that's what it's a mechanical issue, and we're not going to dig any further, because unfortunately either the car's not worth putting the money into, or, you know, the customer might be in a situation where they can't afford it. So generally at that point I stop. It's very rare that I get to enjoy the fruits of the labor of going in and then actually seeing what's broke, unfortunately. You know, I'm just unfortunately not in that particular position. So again, a baseline's made off of what I seen there, and we do a couple other baseline tests that I didn't document just because we were in a time constraint that day. But we went ahead, we did a fuel pressure test. I did a fuel balance test with the scan tool and individually. I'll be honest, guys, I didn't see anything. There was nothing in here that jumped out at me. I kept, like I said, I kept keeping my blinders on, and I kept going after a mechanical fault. So I went ahead and I went in cylinder, and I went ahead and put on a couple pressure pulse sensor tools in here. One of them being our good buddy Michael Nicholson's. So again, I pulled this waveform, and I think I even shared it with you guys a little bit. I was kind of looking for some insight. I don't see any low-hanging fruit, as Brandon would call it, for me. Again, I just don't do this enough. But there was really nothing to me that stood out in this particular waveform, other than I did keep seeing a lower than normal running compression on this engine, just from what I see on a normal basis. Hindsight, just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, I should have focused on this a little bit more in depth. So again, I take all this information back. I go ahead, I hook up the Pico, and we start watching misfire counts. And as you guys can see, 3 and 5 are pretty heavy. And this is after I cleared it. I believe the engine had been running for about a minute at this point when these particular readings were made. And I'm just stuck at this point, convincing myself that due to a mechanical failure, I'm getting these misfires. My thought process was, I am just not well practiced enough to pick out an intake or an exhaust valve sealing issue. So I just kind of take some notes. I kind of joke with everybody when I do my own case studies. I'm kind of like the guy from Criminal Minds. I've got numerous pads of paper out and little strings going from this to that just to kind of roll things out. And I'm not seeing anything in retrospect. A few of you guys and a couple of my buddies outside of Train by Text took a look at this. We all kind of come to the same conclusion. We really feel we have an internal engine issue. And if you guys would have heard this, the way this thing ran, I think most of you probably would have been in agreement with me. I just chalked it up that, hey, the car came in, we had a PO 304 to begin with. The original reason the engine was put in is because number 4, I believe it was the lifter, was wiped out and took out the camshaft. I believe that was the whole reason for the engine replacement in the first place. But it was definitely not the cylinders that we're having the condition with right now. We do a whole bunch of power ground tests. I mean, you guys name it. I felt pretty confident in everything that we had checked. I had not missed anything. So luckily for me, in my own embarrassment here, the FSC felt the same way. Field service engineer called the dealership, gave them authorization. Go ahead and put another GM crate engine in this thing. There's a mechanical fault. Go ahead and put it in. A couple days goes by. Adam gives me a call again. Uh-oh. And yeah, you talk about putting your tail between your legs and feeling like absolute crap. Car's doing the exact same thing, he says. And I gotta be honest, I'm sure you guys have been in this situation where your heart sinks and your blood pressure rises and you just got egg in your face, right? Like you feel like a complete moron. And I'll be honest, this affected me the rest of the day because I felt one, we were able to teach him some pretty good testing techniques. And I feel not only did I fail their customer, I failed the dealership as a customer, I failed him as a tech. I mean, I felt horrible. Sure. That's bottom line, I felt horrible here. So I go back to the drawing board. The whole drive home that day, I'm just beating myself up. And I go back over my notes that I took. And I realized that I left some really low-hanging fruit out on the tree that day. I didn't pay attention to those fuel trim codes. I had rich codes. One of the first things I asked Adam was if he had done a back pressure test. I didn't see anything in cylinder that would have directed me to a possible plugged exhaust, but he did run the mechanical test anyway, and there was not an issue. So I decide, and I look at my game plan, and I decide, you know what, when I go back, I'm not going to look at a mechanical issue anymore, because obviously I was wrong. My ignorance got in the way, my ego got in the way, and I overlooked the fuel trim codes. So luckily for me, the guys at the dealership there, they're really great. The general manager, the service manager, I mean, we're all pretty good friends. Like I said, I used to work there prior to getting to the teaching realm, and they allowed me to come in and help them out. So thankfully, this one didn't ruin that. I go back and I start documenting some data. And this right here, this particular slide was right on a cold start, I believe. Yeah, it was pretty much a cold start, 66 degrees, 64 intake. This was the exact cold start. And as you guys can see, I start trending really quickly.
Yeah,
I'm tanking.
It's fat and nasty.
It's very fat and nasty. And I got to be honest, guys, this is one of those, in hindsight, I did not put all the pieces together. And I'm man enough to admit it. I should have paid a little bit more attention to the details, right? Like we're always told, the devil's in the details. So right there, we're in open loop at that moment in time. I'm pulling fuel on both banks. Okay. You can see right here, cylinder 3, I'm starting to get a misfire. So I'm focusing on that. All the while, I'm kind of looking at the history. This is after I've been running for just a tad bit here. Again, still, but now all of a sudden, you guys notice my misfire just jumped to cylinder 2. I'm not reading anything on cylinder 3. I'm not reading anything on cylinder 4 at this time. My miss history on 2 is starting to climb, but I'm holding steady on cylinder 3. That was my main culprit. Literally, guys, if I remember the time frame here, we're about 30, 45 seconds difference. I mean, it's not much. Mm-hmm. So I decide, for whatever reason, in my great brain, I'm going to start watching the fuel pressure, the fuel pump control module. And I notice I'm at the higher end of the fuel pressure here. I'm tagging almost 60 PSI. At this point, I am misfiring on cylinder 3. A few seconds later, if you guys notice, my desired fuel pressure and actual fuel pressure, I dropped. I pulled fuel away. Okay? When this happens, my misfire changed. I jumped cylinders when this happened. Kind of an odd anomaly that personally I had not seen, or at least never paid attention to prior to this.
That's interesting. So when it's running that rich, the fuel pump control module actually reduces the pressure?
Yes. Wow. And I've never noticed that. I have never, that was one of those things. That was actually a great epiphany moment for me, and I pay attention to that now. But that was PCM strategy. And I learned this all the hard way, right? So at this point, I really think we got a fuel issue. But do we have bad gas? Do we have an actual injector problem? Is there something else? I had rolled out a possible purge, sticking wide open, dumping a whole bunch of hydrocarbons in. I mean, you name it, guys. At this point, I've kind of gone over it. One thing I noticed, and I think this is something we don't talk about enough either. We have to be better detectives for ourselves. Luckily for me, the original engine was sitting, the replaced engine was sitting next to the truck. And a good friend of mine who's another tech there, Troy, was like, Andy, did you notice a couple of those runners going into the cylinders are clean? He's right. I wish I would have taken a picture of it, but I'll be honest, it did not show up good on the cameras I had. So, but just trust me when I tell you that cylinders 3, 5, and 2, the intake runners looked clean on the cylinder head. Very clean. Everybody else was black. They were clean. So I go ahead and I start current ramping and checking voltage on my injectors.
This is on the original bad engine?
The second motor.
This is on motor number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let me rephrase that. I guess this would be number 3 theoretically, right? Jeez. So this is the second GM crate one. Guys, I just don't see it. I'm on the injector fuse, which I believe also controls the coils on this one. I'm just not seeing anything, right? Like, I just do not see. And I'll be honest, I had another tech there kept arguing with Adam that had been working on it that this is electrical, and I don't feel it was electrical. I never felt it was electrical. I definitely felt we had a mechanical fault. So prior to this, the FSC was out prior to me. So we talked this one over the phone. They actually fixed this with me conversing with them on the phone. And my first recommendation to him was, hey, we got a fuel issue. Why don't we run this thing on alternative fuel? Let's go ahead and screw a BG or whatever service it was they had in the fuel rail, kill the fuel pump, run clean fuel through it, and let's make sure we don't have a contamination issue. Even though prior we had checked that. But in this area, Tommy, you've probably ran into this a couple times here over the last few years. We've had some pretty bad cases of contaminated fuel. And I really was kind of leading towards I missed something here.
Oh, yeah, big time. Especially from the refinery up that way.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's been the BP fuel stations that are right by the dealership that have had some issues.
I've had a couple myself, a lot of water in line.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, when we did the initial, and we even used the compensation tester at the dealership, I should go back a little bit too, I'm looking at alcohol content. You name it, guys. I mean, we covered it. I felt very confident leading into this, but I'm just still not seeing it. The field service engineer calls me back from Adam's phone. Was like, "Hey, we ran this thing alternative fuel. It's still doing the same thing." At this point, I'm flustered. I still feel we got a fuel issue just by what the fuel trims are doing at this point. That was the low-hanging fruit I completely overlooked. Luckily, this is a dealership, so what do we have? We got a parts department, and we got a no-one-like vehicle sitting somewhere in that parking lot. And I am not an advocate of Swaptronics, guys, but sometimes it is far easier. So they made the decision. They swapped a fully loaded intake from one truck over to the other, just because it was an easier deal for them to do it that way at that moment. And the truck ran absolutely perfect. Fuel trims came back. Unbelievable, right? So to back the story up a little bit, the customer had installed new fuel injectors prior to engine number one, the original one with 150,000 miles, going bad.
To fix the misfire that was due to a camshaft. Probably.
Correct. But here's kind of, and I don't know, I've put myself in Adam's shoes here a little bit because I think Adam's one hell of a tech, but I also know how easy it is to become complacent. Mm-hmm. And you throw the blinders on. I mean, you're busy, right? Part of me has wondered if these injectors possibly washed down, got in the engine oil, and caused the entire issue from day one. If we thinned it out that bad, we contaminated the engine oil that bad.
Sure.
So, in retrospect, obviously you guys can see right here, I had bad injectors. 7 of the injectors were absolutely bad. Remember, he had put one in, and he had put the one in on cylinder 3 that was throwing the biggest misfire. Reason being, we're pulling fuel.
That one got so lean, it missed.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly. Yes. And again, this is stuff, we were kind of talking about it before we went live here. I just ran into this again today. Just to give you an idea. So they call the customer. He's like, yeah, I put some injectors in it. And I don't know about you guys, but they look pretty similar. They've got similar part numbers on them on the last number. Mm-hmm. But these were bought from everybody's favorite online auto parts supply house. And this is not
Rock Auto.
I didn't come out and say it.
I will. I don't work for them.
Bravo. So and here's
Good
the
job,
bad part. Rich, I'll throw you a bone here in a second, man. Because my RAV, I had a RAV4 do this exact same thing to me. Every guy in the chat room today, witnessed this earlier this week. I'm dealing with the same thing on a RAV4, and I think it was Rich was like, Andy, go ahead and I think you got an injector issue.
I said that screams of injectors was my exact quote.
And it was doing the same thing, the exact same thing that my GMC did here. Long story short, went ahead and changed those injectors today with quality from a better local supplier. And
like Advanced Auto Parts?
Exactly.
There we go.
And
don't mind me pulling a muscle, patting myself on the back there.
You know, and that particular car, excuse me, I wish I would have taken more data on that, because that particular car was kind of odd. It was pulling fuel, but my injector pulse width was hitting 5 milliseconds at times. It's telling it to pull, but yet we're dumping at the same time. Like it did not, in logic, I kept thinking I had a logic issue on that one. Like something's not adding up here. Not like you change very many Toyota PCMs, but I was really starting to lean to a logic issue. And I personally called the customer. We pressed them a little bit harder, and it was realized that initially it said these injectors had been installed months ago. Well, it was not months ago. it was much
Brian,
more recent than that.
Ever since.
Hey Brian.
Yes, sir.
Didn't you deal with a car with stuck on injectors? And you had a hard time doing it?
That was a PCM driver.
Okay. You know, how'd that work out for you?
It's really tough to prove injector flow. I tell you.
You know, and Brian's right. And like, all kidding aside, we kind of talked about this a little bit before we went live. I don't know of a better way to prove out what we had here. I'm totally for any discussion anybody would have on a better way to do this, because that's how we all learn.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Especially if it's GDI or something. You're not going to be able to pull it out and crank it.
And this was tough.
You can't leave that open.
No, that was too much.
All right, somebody mute Chris. In hindsight here, you know, I was at a GM dealer. I don't know if running the A-Fit would have proven out flow issue for me. Mm-hmm. I kind of wish I would have had time to go back and do that. The only thing I had time to do was go back and get some data after the fact. This was an absolute good one, but yet it's so simple, right? It's so simple, it's stupid. And that's kind of why I wanted to use this one. Like I said, far too often we talk about our successes. I'm all for talking about when I have a dumbass moment, right? Like I completely threw the blinders on. I didn't pay attention. And unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, even the FSC came to the same conclusion, because this could have been very, very brutal had General Motors not footed the bill for the second engine.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned a lot. I know Adam learned a lot, the tech that was working on it, which was great. Unfortunately, he probably doesn't ever want to look at a 09 style GMC Sierra anytime soon. But it was a great learning experience across the board. And it was a great lesson in humility for me. I mean, it humbled me. I kind of got a little bit arrogant here recently, and it's always the simple stuff that gets you, you know, and that's why I thought this was a pretty good one to talk about. Like I said, Steckler talks all the time about that low-hanging fruit, you know, so I kept stealing his line today. I completely walked right past the damn thing hanging out right in front of me, and it's because I became complacent. And again, hindsight is, I seen a little bit of anomaly on that cranking compression waveform, right? In the initial relative compression. I did see a slight anomaly. I was lower by about 10 PSI from the other cylinders when we went in and checked them.
That's probably because of the cylinder wash from all that fuel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what I was getting at. And now looking back, it makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Leading into it, I'll be honest, I was scratching my head. A really good friend of mine, Andy Eriks, who's one heck of a tech. He spent almost a half a Saturday going over waveforms with me and dissecting them and trying to, like, we pulled out every trick we knew. You know, I was busting out all my old Thornton books and you know, a couple of Brandons, and kind of going over everything. And all this did for me personally, and I guess the whole reason behind this is, we don't ever practice enough, right? Like this is where the issue comes in for us guys that are constantly busy. We work in high volume shops, or we're high volume mobile guys. We don't practice, and it bit me. We can't jump in both feet on a broke car. We need to spend some more time on the non-broke ones to figure out, what's normal, what's not, what to look for. So this was a really good learning experience for me that hopefully I almost had history repeat itself, but hopefully we don't have history repeat itself anytime soon.
I'd like to add on that relative compression test that sometimes you have to remember in the back of your head that even if you see an anomaly, that isn't necessarily concrete evidence that you have a true mechanical problem. I mean, you have to, you got to think about that. What could possibly cause that? That may not be direct mechanical failure, like in your case, cylinder wash.
Yeah, due diligence, right? I mean, and here's the thing for me, I don't see that very often, and that's not an excuse. Now I know some things to look for. Thankfully, the customer is not on the hook on this one. Just my ego, my pride, and I owe Adam a lunch or two to this engine again. But yeah, I mean, this was a tough one. It was a great learning tool, a great teaching tool. I'm a big advocate for that. Like I said, it was a lesson of humility. Arrogance was getting in my way a little bit. And it's time to spend some more time practicing. So like I said, I thought this was a good one to kind of, especially your viewers and the people that watch you guys that are just breaking into the diagnostic realm. I've been doing diagnostics for years. I've been doing only diagnostics. I don't do any actual mechanical repair work anymore for a little over a year. And something simple eluded me, so I just think like I said, it's a great teaching tool. Don't become complacent. Make sure you're looking at the full story. Don't rush through. And that was part of the problem. I rushed myself through this one. I wanted to prove that I was the guy that could come in and save the day. And Superman did not put a cape on that day. It did not work out very well for me. So, like I said, it just, I want people to understand, like, we all go through this. And I like sharing the ones that I screw up on more than I do the ones I succeed on, because the screw ups are ultimately what leads to our successes.
Right there. That is it right there.
Absolutely.
The screw ups are the ones we learn from, and that's what I got with all of the case studies and everything that gets shared. People always tend to make themselves out to look like the hero, and we all know that doesn't happen. What that does is that puts everybody out to make them think they're not as good. Really,
correct.
We're all struggling.
Yeah, and I think the other thing comes in. I work with a lot of younger guys. A lot of, we have our own express care side of the business. So there's a lot of younger guys coming up, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I've learned some stuff from them guys that don't have much experience, like just some eye openers here and there. And again, it's a humility thing, right? Like you get humbled once in a while. It's amazing. Just don't lose sight, keep at it. There's those days I think I should get the Dumbass of the Day award, and those in retrospect are probably the best learning days of my career.
Good luck stealing that award from me, man. That's mine.
Yeah, we've all screwed up a lot, right? Well, not me, because I'm pretty awesome. I never fuck up, but everybody else screws up.
And again, I think that's just one of those things we don't talk about enough in the industry. And I mean, amongst each other, when you get to know guys, obviously, I mean, I'm pretty forthcoming with you guys when we talk individually that I feel I'm a pretty big screw up most days. But we forget about it and we lose sight of it. So, to any of the younger guys that might have popped in and watched this tonight or in the future, don't lose sight. It happens to every one of us at all skill levels, at every aspect of our careers. I mean, it's going to happen.
Well, I see.
There are days where shops call a mobile guy for a Prius that won't go anywhere, and it's got the parking brake on. So those things happen.
Well, I see Corey in the chat, and by the way, happy birthday, Corey.
Happy birthday.
We gonna sing to Corey?
Yeah, no. But
happy birthday, Otto.
Corey and I were dealing with a Volkswagen a couple months ago, and apparently it's been I misdiagnosed it. I still don't know what it is. Corey, if you could tell me what they found, you're supposed to go back there. I never got a call, but like it happens to everybody. So somebody misses something.
I think we got a beard competition here. Keith and Andrew. I mean, I don't know who.
Perkins, let's see your bro
Andrew's is
beard.
much fuller. Mine's a neck beard.
I turned 36.
The most amount.
Yeah.
I have the largest beard for somebody with no facial hair.
I always joke. I just turned 36, but I just hit puberty because I could not grow a beard until my mid 30s now. So
I still can't.
Well, that's what happens when you.
I haven't cut this in over a year.
Yeah, I can tell. You used to look real good like 2 years ago, and now you're just looking worse and worse.
I know.
Damn.
Well,
I'm afraid to cut it.
Well, welcome to your intervention, Perkins.
So for Keith, this is what happens when you own your own business, huh?
That's the good thing about being fat. It's not like you can.
Hygiene goes right out the door.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that was an awesome case study, Andrew. Awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was a good one.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. It was kind of nice to jump back into the presenting, and I miss being in front of a classroom, so it's kind of neat to do it in a little bit of a different setting here. So I appreciate you guys having me on and letting me do that.
I thought you were going to say a professional setting. I was going to have to correct you there.
I caught myself.
I only caught the back half of it, but
That's
the
what she
second
said.
engine needed an injector. Yeah, Martino. That's funny because we have a $3,800 spark plug at the shop right now.
Whoa.
It's, 2 engines into an Equinox, and the shop brought it to us after they'd done like direct injection injectors and all the coils and everything for a dead miss on cold start, and it was a spark plug. I'm like, how did you not replace a spark plug after the second engine? He's like, we did. It's a brand new spark plug. I'm like, this is not a brand new spark plug, and it's an NGK.
It was brand new when it was put in.
NGK and
so
Equinox.
It had us going for a solid 20 minutes because they bring it in. They're like, hey, we've had 2 engines. We think it's a timing problem, and it was a 2.4 direct injection. It's not anything super extravagant, and it had dead miss only when cold, and then just a little kind of a hiccup as you're under load. So we get it in. We're like relative compression and start to look all this stuff. I'm like, seems very ignition-ish between fuel trims and all the rest of the data. So I was like, well, we'll just look at the secondary real quick. I'm like, that looks terrible. Let's pull the plug out. And I'm like, that cracked spark plug's probably going to be the one right there. So we labeled it $3,800 spark plug and put it on the front counter in the front of the shop.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Ouch.
We had heads swapped, cams replaced, all kinds of stuff, injectors swapped for a crank variation relearn not being done.
I seen it.
One of these days I'll share and I've done this on diag.net, but I've never gone too much into depth, but I had a Durango that had some Swaptronics done, and it ended up being pretty obvious once we figured it out, but I'll save that one for another presentation one day.
There we go. Good teaser.
Yeah.
We just finished a car we've had in the shop for a month and a half that killed us. It'll make it great. I mean, I finished it a couple hours ago before we left the shop. So I'll write it up and
Nissan?
I'll share it. No, I did not fix the Nissan yet, but it's the Malibu. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got a Nissan that a shop installed everything brand new. They put everything except for the one problem. They put an engine control module, a body control module, a steering column lock module, an antenna ring, and 2 new keys in an 07 Murano. And then it needed an iKey module that was melted. Smells burnt, got pictures, looks great. And I still don't know what's wrong with the car. I believe I'm working with someone who's an instructional designer at Nissan, and we're both in the boat that we believe that this car has had a combination of new components that will not allow you to do an immobilizer learn. That's the only thing left on the car. So we may be going and donor carring an 07 Murano twist lock and getting all the modules and then one at a time swapping them.
Jeez.
Doesn't happen to have a key inside the car somewhere, does it?
No. We unplugged all the antennas except for the lock ring to solve that, even in the event that was the case. It does not go into registration mode.
Oh, it won't go into registration mode.
No, it does not blink the light 5 times. And it ignites the coil. We can put it into registration mode, and like attempt to with consult, and then start and run the car and drive around. But as soon as you shut it off and it goes out of registration mode, that's it. But it doesn't ever learn any of the keys, and
no bypass module.
No bypass module. We've got the whole dash is blown out of this car. It was brought to us completely disassembled. So
doesn't Matt Fonslow have something?
Yeah,
something similar.
I have a suspicion on Fonslow though, but we'll see if it works tomorrow.
Yeah, so that car was going to be a really good one because we found it came to us and there was no comm to the IQ module, but there's nothing that says there's a no comm. You just have to know that that's supposed to communicate.
Yeah.
And we noticed that it didn't, so I got to it, and as soon as I got to it, the opaque white plastic was discolored, and I pulled it out, and it just exploded MOSFET on the board. I was like, well, that's pretty obvious. So we put a new one in, and then that's where we're stuck. No communication, or no ability to go into registration mode. So we'll figure it out one day.
That sounds like all the fun.
Yeah. But the Malibu will make a case study. We'll share it next live. After Vision.
After Vision?
Well, I don't think I'm going to have time to write a case study and do a live before Vision. Do you?
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris can do it for you.
Yeah, Chris has gotten good.
I get real good at it.
But I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So who's excited about who in the YouTube chat's going to Vision?
We asked that earlier. A good chunk of them, not everybody.
Well, Billy Yoder says it's Keith's Amish Mobile Diagnostics horse and buggy. I'm digging it.
If anyone's going to Vision, let us know by donating $10 towards this Pico raffle. Right now.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty excited to give another Pico away to somebody.
Sounds like a door-to-door salesman now.
Should get a jar or some way to accept those at Vision at one of the many booths of people that we know.
Like your booth?
Like my booth? I think we hit up Bill's is who I think we hit up.
Keith is too busy.
We could set up a laptop and just have them do it there.
Perkins is too busy for the little people. He has no time for anybody at his booth anymore.
I have been dealing with a crushing amount of stress, and I believe I have resolved most of my issues. I was able to start doing things again. So more people will see more of me, luckily.
I don't see enough of you, Keith. Just saying.
Everyone has seen enough of me, actually. But
well, I think I've seen your nipples, and that's enough. But it's okay.
Where did that come from?
There was the Orlando Lazy
in
River.
CTS.
Yeah, exactly.
I found some GoPro footage from that night.
I still have it.
Of Bryn running around with a giant banana leaf.
It really doesn't need to be giant to cover my stuff, by the way.
But it was a giant banana leaf. I mean, it looked like you
created the allure.
Well, I was turned on. I'm just saying.
No, really, I did finish up a ton of the projects that I had promised to a bunch of companies that were big projects and got those done. So
I feel you.
Pretty excited.
Cool. Oh man, son of a gun.
So what else are we doing?
I think that's it.
I think we're.
Has anybody
Wow, I just got called the My Pillow guy.
You sound like the My Pillow guy.
All right, so
Brian's going to have his Trump 2024 symposium next week.
Jeff is going to be. Zach McClain asked if Jeff's going to be at Vision, and he is. So I'll answer
Jeff who?
For him. Jeff Barnes. He's a tech in Oklahoma City. He's down by me.
Oh, okay, cool.
They started.
Can we go back to Brian being the My Pillow guy? You can't just...
They did. So Jeff started doing a lot of ADOS, and they put together like a building. They got a nice, little dedicated ADOS building right next to their alignment rack and everything. He's doing a lot of. I'm getting a lot of good pictures from him.
Cool.
The things we see in the ADOS world is crazy.
I got a lot of good pictures too.
Oh, you should send me some. And then the ones for ADOS stuff too.
Yeah, would you like me to share some of my pictures right now? I could do that. I mean,
oh my god, no.
Do we want this video pulled?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I got a giant collection of good stuff. Oh, speaking of that, I can't show that picture on screen. No, I can't. Never mind. That's a good one. Where's my cutout? Damn, it's gone. Okay.
We've got some cool pictures of where some glass jockeys have urethane glued a camera back to the glass because the brackets broke.
I want you guys to look at the YouTube feed if you can.
I'm looking.
What?
What are we missing?
What are we missing? Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Oh, there's the vampire pillow guy.
I am amazed to this day on some of the ADAS groups that guys are still going, hey, I got a Honda with an aftermarket glass that won't calibrate. What could be wrong?
You already said
It's
it.
like,
Yeah.
But it can't be that.
no, it's new.
I tinted my windshield. What's wrong?
Jeff sent me a picture of a Cadillac dealer had installed a windshield that was wrong, and the camera was like offset by like 3/4 of an inch. Most of it was covered up. The little window wasn't correct. It was installed by a dealer, which means it didn't even get calibrated.
At the dealer, but no, they do everything right there. That's where things go to get done right.
Oh,
Okay.
let's not get PJ mad at us, but oh God,
I think the numbers of percentage-wise of dealer techs doing things wrong is equivalent to the number of aftermarket technicians doing things wrong.
Oh yeah, there's idiots everywhere, no doubt.
yeah, of course,
It's in the high 90th percentile of people doing things incorrectly within our industry. It's so bad. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm about to get kicked out of one of the ADOS groups just because every time.
Oh, I
someone's
love your
like,
responses.
I
I
know.
love them.
They're like,
It's
just move the target
in-service
around. I'm like,
information.
what?
Yeah.
And then they're like, look, tons of people are saying that, so it's totally okay. I'm like, well, Enron said a lot of stuff for a long time too. And, what the Nazis did was popular at the time. So,
Oh my God, jeez.
just saying.
All right, bye.
Oh wow, are we ending on that?
No.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Jesus. Good Lord. You know what? Yeah. A lot of good points.
I did not see that coming.
Jesus Christ. All right, can we edit that
Brian
out?
did not see that coming. That was great. That was so smooth, Brian.
All right,
Go ahead
so
and
is
put that
that
My Pillow guy over him again.
All right, somebody's gonna have to share their screen and play this thing because I don't know what you're talking about. Let's put it on.
What thing?
What is it?
The My Pillow guy. I mean, is there a video?
Oh, do we need to hear him?
We need to hear him.
I hear him. I gotta find a video. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Good luck finding a video of him. I don't think you'll
Do it.
do that.
Yeah.
Do it.
I believe there's a
Cardi
thing
and
called
Cola.
cancel culture.
Cardi and Cola. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Also,
I'm not gonna sleep now. I'm gonna be watching these damn videos. Like that's not me.
The commercials are on YouTube, so
Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America.
I don't
hold on,
sound like
pause
that.
it, and then pause it. I want to hear you say that word for word.
I don't know. Brian, that's not how you sound.
Man,
I don't know if I hear it.
I got a complex now. I'm
maybe a little bit.
sad.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So
Oh.
anyway,
Brian, can you tell us about your horrible pillows? About your horribly uncomfortable pillows?
I've always wanted one of those pillows. Are they good? Anybody have one?
I don't think Brian
Sam,
sounds like that guy.
thank you, Sam.
That guy sounds like Brian, right, Brian? You don't sound like him. He sounds like you.
Yeah. How's your third?
There it is.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what is he talking about? Thought he was
So-
complimenting your earphones.
So how long to the Pico raffle's over?
We have 2 weeks, 14 days.
2 weeks.
And I got a countdown here. 14 days, 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 28 seconds.
Guys, $10. $10 in a dream, or what do they say with a lot? $1 in a dream? You got to be in it to win it. Got to be in it to win it.
Don't
Just like
miss
Tommy
out.
says all the time. Tommy is in it to win it.
If I
Whenever
say-
he's in it, he wins it.
Oh yeah.
In it to wean it.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
G is saying not his voice, but like the sales pitch. Okay. All right.
Ah.
Oh, the
All
sales
right,
pitch.
now I get it. Okay. Kinda.
G?
I'm pretty sure if you buy a Pico raffle, you will sleep better tonight.
I would say that too. I mean, you're doing something good for the industry.
I will.
Absolutely.
You'll sleep better tonight.
I
Chris,
will
give us a sneak
Scroll
peek
looks
of what they're
great.
gonna get when we sell 200.
Do you
Look
guys
at
want
that
me?
slow roll. That is beautiful.
It does look
You-
great.
Do you guys want me to whip it out again?
Yes.
And wait, Chris, and you can show us the Pico.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Yeah,
Let me spotlight you, so while you whip it out, everyone can see it.
hold on. I gotta whip this thing out. It's gonna take a minute.
Here's what I'm so torn about. I want to buy like 50 tickets, and then in one of my guys' names, but that's gonna look bad when one of them wins.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Carlos. Carlos bought like 4. I'm like, you know what? You can't actually win that.
I mean, he could. He's not a well. I don't know.
Hey, if you whip,
it was
oh,
stuck.
if Chris
Ooh, I have
whips it
two
out in his
boys.
black, is that like the Billy
Yeah,
Madison?
look, it is. Look how big.
Thank
and
you,
black
Chris
it is.
Groff.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you.
Not
Look
you,
how
very
big.
good.
Look how
I
big
will
and black it
say,
is.
two of the guys that
beautiful.
work for me, we haven't announced that they work for me yet, so
There you
publicly,
go.
nobody would know.
There you go. Yeah. What, you think I haven't already bought a bunch under a fake name?
They're gonna be
Look-
like,
look
"We need
how
you to send us a
beautiful it is."
picture of you with your new scope." It's like,
And we're gonna invite
a mask.
we're gonna invite the winner on the live stream, and
There
Rich
we
is gonna
go.
be like scrambling to try to find somebody to.
I'll have one of my kids get it here.
I know.
Look, I'm touching it, guys. You touch it.
With his
Those B&Cs look pretty hard.
Yeah, they are. Here,
Must be cold there.
you want- would you-
with both of them.
Wait, here, let me violate one. Oh Jesus, things are
I
happening.
want one
You
because it's
did that
black.
on purpose.
bend over, pick it up.
See, I want one because it's black, and
Man,
you
man,
can't
Chris.
just go get one.
You're looking
Yeah.
thick.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was yeah. Look, here, look. Ooh, hold on, wait, look, plug this in. Look. Hold on. Ready. Watch it. Ready.
Put the blue in the red, please. Come on.
Oh,
Look at that.
look at that! Look at full engagement. Look at
That was almost as exciting as watching an injector burn a car to the ground.
Now you never know what I've learned. You never go A to B. But sometimes it's okay.
Sometimes. In the heat of the
Sometimes it's okay.
moment. In the heat of the
It's okay to go
moment.
A to B. I love that you
There
know
must
that,
be
Rich.
no M channel.
I love that you know that. Oh Jesus, this turned on.
Dylan wants to know how he can get involved with us.
What do you have in mind, Dylan?
All you got to do is ask nicely.
Hey man,
We're easy.
I need dinner first.
I put out for much less.
All of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Dylan.
say where.
It'd be
Dylan,
as much
just-
fun as
just-
that time we
On
slept in an airport, Bren.
Hey, Dylan, on our website,
Oh.
there's a contact us tab. You can message us if you have any
Send us a message.
anything. Just let us know.
Yeah.
You've got to sleep one night in an airport with Bren and I. And then
And then one night in a creepy log cabin
A
floor.
cabin in
Airbnb.
Florida.
Yeah.
Under
Yeah,
the dining room table.
That was a
Basically
cozy
a closet.
cabin. I like that
And
cabin.
then Tommy has to fumigate the room.
Yeah, Brian liked the
It's all the
cabin.
same
Brian
weekend,
had like
right?
the freaking king suite.
was
His,
like-
his room was bigger than the rest of the house.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't that-
Brian had it great.
Was that the same week, Bren? Was that the Airbnb? Then we went
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid for my portion, like exact equals. And I slept under the dining room table the first night, and the next night I slept in an airport
Airport.
petite while everybody's comfy in their Airbnb.
Well, maybe not all
No,
of us.
no.
I slept
I
on
still
fucking-
have.
on a
I still have
sofa bed or
scabies.
some shit.
Tanner
I
was
still-
on the ricketiest bunk bed I've ever seen.
Well, with his size, it was appropriate.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
I still got scabies. From
Did we
those
strap
fucking
him to the
shoes.
ceiling just in case the bunk bed?
It was
Can you unpin me, Brian? Because this is
Oh, yeah.
really bad. Thank
just
you.
staring at him. And
It's too
Yeah.
much, Chris.
It is way too much for me. I mean, I know I'm sexy as fuck, but Jesus.
So Bill Yoder asked how many tickets sold. We have about 150 so far. So yeah.
So you still got
Basically,
really good
so-
odds.
What we need to do is we'll just cap it at 150 and charge everybody 3 times as much as that already paid.
Yeah, inflation.
I think
Bill
that's
him.
legitimate. We could do that.
We'll bill them.
it's
Bill
like
them for
how
the
much?
difference.
How much is the master kit? I mean,
4G.
not
think
Autologic
it's-
branded. Yeah,
I think it's like, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, $10, you could win a $4,000. Very
It's no
sexy
joke.
Star
It's
Wars
not
edition.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
We have
Plus,
to figure
I
out how to
touched it.
charge $4,000 for a $10 item, and then we'll really make it.
But for that money, I touched it. I went from A to B. I mean, I did all the things.
Chris, you just devalued it a little bit.
I was gonna say.
Guy's gonna get it and go, why don't channels A and B work?
Well, you never go from A to B, unless sometimes in the heat of the moment.
It smells
It's
like
okay.
it smells like sinus infection. Ugh.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Carlos definitely can't win it now.
Yeah, Chris or Keith, I love that was your answer to somebody. How do I bypass the LSID? And you posted that website.
Yeah, everyone's got to check out lsidbypass.com.
It's legit. 100% legit.
It's the easiest way to bypass an LSID transaction.
Is to get an LSID.
Yeah, that's where.
I love how
Anyone not
petty.
aware that's wasting their time, lsidbypass.com. I purchased the domain and rerouted it to NASTIF.
To Nastif.
I love how petty you are with your websites.
That is amazing.
I bought so many websites just to redirect.
Just because
So
we
many.
Why is the Pico sticky?
well,
Who's this?
He got excited. Chris got
well,
excited.
sometimes things happen. I mean, I am getting a little old. Rich knows, but sometimes you get a little older.
Easy there.
Am I like the second oldest one in this group now, or is no? Bryn's still older than everybody, right?
Pretty sure I'm the baby, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like 33 or 30. I don't know. I was born in 88.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry, that hurt. That just hurt.
Wasn't it the year Young Guns came out?
That was an interesting noise
the
you
late
made, Rich.
1900s.
God damn, I was 18 years old.
It was the,
Rich
it was
just
the late
sounded like Homer
1900s.
Simpson just then.
Yeah, I was adult. All right.
Every group's got to have an old guy. I mean, come on.
And thank God it's Rich. Rich, don't die. Because then it's me.
He's already in Florida, so he's
Shit,
good.
how old,
Yeah.
how old are you, Chris?
Me? What? 41? 41, 42? Something like that.
Yeah.
I was born
That's why
in
I was
80.
like, I'm 30. I was born in 88.
Wait, so am I like the? Wait, I know I'm older than Brian.
Dude, look how perfect Tommy's skin is. Holy, you're
happened when
glowing,
you're brown?
dude.
I know, and I got a high
That's 'cause
def
he's
camera. It's
pregnant.
the worst thing ever.
I'm pregnant. I ain't sure.
It was high def, but apparently it's jumped now.
Wow, you broke it.
You got no
Yeah, I know.
focus.
That's terrible.
Well, it can't focus on your
Ah.
amazing beard.
We
Your neck
are,
beard.
The bottom part.
Focus.
we are
There it goes.
idiots.
Are we?
Oh, God. This is
people are
terrible.
Yeah, people are all like, I want to be like you guys. Yeah, okay. You can see what-
Like old and fat.
Listen, if they're watching us tonight and saying, "Hey, how do I get involved?" then they're the right people.
You passed the entrance exam.
Andrew, you saw what we get up to. You still want to be part of this? Would you like to run away quick?
Well, Mike says he was in the Persian
I
Gulf.
think
at that
Andrew's
time.
my age. How old are you, Drew?
36.
Yeah, we're the same age.
Yeah, same with me.
All right.
Brian, how old are you?
36.
Oh.
I did have a guy I used to work with that would make fun of me for being young. And I was like, yeah, but we have the same job.
And I do it better than you. So, what are you?
Of an auto parts store. So it was just somebody would come in and they'd be like, can I talk to someone older? I'm like, well, I'm your guy. So, like, we have this guy. He's really old, but he just drives people and drives parts around. He doesn't know
Keith
anything
got
about
up
cars.
2 hours early to put his old man makeup on.
He used to mow grass for 40 years, but
Yeah, it used to make me mad. And then as I got older, I was like, this is hilarious. We'll just let it go. We'll just let it happen.
I remember when I used to be the young guy. That was kind of cool. I'm just the guy.
I did hire a bunch of guys younger than me, so I'm the oldest in our company, which is sad.
Well, it's a very young.
Do
company.
you did they get dropped off directly at like at the bus stop?
Yeah, they have to come to the door. They have to bring
Instead
them to
of
the door.
going to after school
Sometimes-
karate, they go to
Yeah.
they go to
Sometimes their wives bring them in and drop their lunch off for them.
Hey man, who stole my eggplant?
I got you, buddy. Zach was asking why the eggplant's not on here. It's there. It's there.
I'm trying to be professional. Damn it. Hate you people.
I like
He
the pickle.
said, "There we go."
The pickle's better.
I think there's going to
No,
be
it's
a lot
not.
of.
Take that back.
I think Vision's going to be good this year. I think everyone's ready to be back.
Yeah,
Hell
people
yeah.
are dying to be back.
In
So.
person and back. Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember being this excited to go to Vision for a while.
I'll miss you guys. It's gonna.
Yeah.
It'll suck
Yeah,
not
you're
seeing you.
Really
You're
sucks
legit.
not going to be there.
You're
Jerk
legit
face.
Being a
What about
fucking
Mister?
hotel.
Is Mister coming? He said he wasn't coming. Mister,
Also, the Fazio's not coming either, which really sucks.
No.
No.
son of a bitch. Mister,
Mister, you coming, Mister?
No, I can't make it.
It's like, no, I can't make it.
Are you still standing outside smoking?
No.
He's in the
Are you?
bathroom.
But now we get to look at the dome light,
Yeah, can you look at
the kitchen
Can we look-
light.
Can you look at the dome light at the top of your head?
We've seen the entire roof square footage of Mike's house.
There's the pickle. Thanks, Oz.
Can we watch you laugh? Can we
I
watch
can
you laugh
navigate
again,
my
Mike?
way around his house by looking up and walking around.
This is where Mike got yelled at 2 weeks ago. Mike got yelled at yesterday.
It's convenient his dog is named Mike.
Oh, I forgot it was Mike's dog, Mike Robinson. Sorry, Mike, I love you.
I love you too, Mike. I just couldn't help it.
Poor Mike.
God damn it, Mike! Oh,
I
that's
actually
dog,
miss
Mike
Mike.
Robinson.
Like, I miss Mike. You should be at Vision. I mean, I think you could catch a ride with Tommy.
Yeah.
Too.
He's riding in the back, Tommy.
I think I'm going to
Exactly.
like all the events this year too.
He sure is.
Try to see more people.
I can't
Right.
wait. Vision and then STX 2 weeks later. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy, you could
both.
probably wake up early and go pick up Mike, right?
Then
I
we're
mean-
doing a 2-day
Maybe.
J-Box.
Okay.
Hey, Rich.
Yes.
Since they don't have to fly us to STX, you think they'll give us a ticket, a flight somewhere else?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
I don't think it works that way.
No.
I was trying to get a flight from Tampa to Orlando. They wouldn't have it.
Just throw shits.
just so I could cancel it, use
you
it
hear
for
about
something
the-
else.
A long time ago, Tommy.
Actually, do a commercial one instead of the private one, and they'll probably take care of it.
A long time ago, Tommy, on the news, there was a flight from O'Hare to Midway.
Was it an
What-
emergency flight or something?
Why?
I don't know. Someone did it, and it was on the news. It was funny.
Was it just a catapult? They just flung it.
They went up in the
I mean,
air.
I used to
and-
think that the Colorado Springs to Denver flight was kind
Say,
of dumb, but at least that's an hour and a half driving apart, right?
Yeah.
So I would
Flight
It's
from
an
fly
hour.
back into
O'Hare to
Colorado.
Midway.
That's
It's about 2 hours from fucking O'Hare to Midway. Fucking traffic.
It's an hour and a half between Colorado Springs and Denver Airport, but I would come in, like, because Denver you could fly in from anywhere. I lived in the Springs, so we flew into Denver one time, and then we tried to go to the Springs, and the winds were so bad they were like, "We're gonna have to go back to Denver, and we'll bus you guys back." And I'm like, "This is terrible." So we go back to between the flight from Denver back to Springs, or from Denver to Springs back to Denver, and then we're like, "Oh, the air's good now." Back to the Springs, I'm like, we could have drove this entire time.
Oh. Can we get Mike? Can we get Mike Sealing again? Where'd he go? Did he sign out?
Yeah, I think we've run our course here, haven't we?
Oh, he's there.
We
Oh,
scared
no.
him away, man.
Honestly, most people have been telling us that they get to sleep better. They just leave us on.
Oh, good to know. We
I
put him
will
right
say, though,
out.
what other
you don't need a
events are people
CPAP
going
machine.
to?
You just
I
need
slept
Trade by
so
Text
good
on
last
loop.
night.
Diag after dark.
Oh, we could do ASMR videos. Yeah.
All right, we should probably get off, guys.
Robe in the wire.
I don't know.
Keith, can you just scratch your microphone covering? There we go.
All right, one last time. $10. Pico Scope. Enter.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
So we can send more people to training.
And you can buy a pillow.
So what other training events is everyone going to? So we got like.
So what about ATE?
STX.
Anybody going to ATE?
When is ATE?
I think it's pretty much the same time as STX.
Yeah. Oh my God, really?
Isn't it? I mean, it's the end of March or first part of April.
No, it's on our website. Let me look.
And then, there's another training event. Isn't there another one in March? No, I guess not.
Hey, what else is on our website, Brian?
April 1st.
Is TST doing their big event this year?
April 4th.
Is our training on our website yet?
I'm going to say we have a 2-day hands-on programming class at my shop in April.
Oh, Richard, we're working on something in April, aren't we? Trying to get something put together for April?
We're trying, yeah. Yep. Down here in Florida.
In Florida?
Florida.
We are getting ready
We're going to Peachtree City, Georgia.
We're getting ready to release our Train by Text class.
What for?
As well on our website.
Keith?
ATMC. Automotive Training Management Council.
Oh, you're going to that?
I was
I went last year. I liked it.
Hold on. Brian was saying something important.
Oh,
Brian?
yeah.
I was saying we're getting ready to release the Train by Text classes that we have done ourselves that we can present for you guys live in person. That's going to be on our website pretty soon. Here, so.
You know what? I think it's important to say this. We have been doing some live in person.
It's true, but it's going to be on our website, and there'll be a nice list of things you can choose from.
Chris, there's a question on the.
Yes, there's a question on the chat for you.
On the chat for you.
Oh, geez. What
Mike's Automotive Diagnostics says, has anyone seen the Opus offering for unlimited support? Question mark.
I would like to know about that offering. What are we talking about? That is kind of the honestly that's the standard offering.
Yeah. So as a non-Opus employee, as a shop owner, I pay every single month for Opus IBS 360. And we used it today. I called and said, can I do a used integrated head unit in this 2014 Land Rover? And they said, no.
So good you had that support for that.
But I had to make a decision, though. Tempt it or just quote a new one. So we quoted a new one because that was going to be a $350.
Oh, so they saved you from a huge mistake, in other words.
Yeah, because I was like, I think I can do one of these because we did a touchscreen replacement in a used 2020 Land Rover just 2 weeks ago. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, the problem is this has an EMEI number and it's serialized. So it has to be new and learns the identifier. And it's in service info. And he gave me the piece of service info that had the information of why it couldn't be done.
So what happened is you pay subscription. And you made a phone call and avoided wasting your time and the customer's money.
Yeah, I didn't even do it. I told my tech to send a support ticket in, and then the guy called us in 15, 20 minutes and was like, hey, yeah, I don't do that.
What did he say again? What did he say when you asked him?
He said no.
Hell no.
Hey, let me hear your radio voice, Keith.
I think that was the radio voice.
Thanks for watching Total Traffic, TUL.
Oh, man.
Can you say the price is right?
It's going to be game on.
Yeah.
The Diag is right.
There we go.
Can you do your NPR? Can you do
Thanks
an NPR
for playing. The Diag is right.
Can you tell us about the delicious
I was
dish?
going to do that as my background, Bryn. I should have done that.
Can do the what, Chris?
The delicious dish. Can you do your NPR impersonation?
Oh, shit. I forgot to mention something.
Oh, mention it.
I had an idea, and it's... I don't know. So I had an idea, and I told Carlos at AES Wave about it, and I said, I do that once in a while, and it's usually they like laugh at me. But this time they asked me some more questions, and they're like, all right, we're gonna make this, and we're gonna see if it works. So, anyways, they have a new product. I don't even know if I have permission to talk about it. It's not a super secret.
Nobody's watching. Go on.
I didn't have permission to talk about the U isolate, and I made that video. And then Carlos called me, and he's like, "It's not even on the website yet, and people keep calling." Sorry.
That's how you create demand.
Yeah.
So
Go on,
it's gonna be called. They're gonna call it the U bypass.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be a network bypass harness, basically for testing. So anytime you need to bypass a harness, part of a network for testing purposes, you would use this network bypass harness that they sell.
Will it have 4 different connectors, one that's 12 plus 8 and one that's 13 plus 7?
13 plus 7.
Datsun.
Datsun?
Nissan secure bypass, secure gateway. I think it's 13 plus 7, right?
This is pretty new models,
16
right?
plus
2022?
32. 16 plus 32.
You have to pull it up. Share your screen.
I got it. It's on Autel's
Yeah.
website.
Whip it out.
Why are you saying it that way?
Cool whip.
It's not on any.
What?
Oh, it's on AS Wave's website. Hold on, I'll pull that up.
Cool whip. What?
Cool whip. Cool whip. Why are you saying
What
it
the
like
hell?
that? Say cool. Say whip. Whip. Cool whip. Cool whip.
So
Now Family Guy's gonna get this whole video taken down.
I know. Don't
So-
do it, Seth. Don't do it.
So no, Keith.
Okay.
This is pretty simple product. It's very similar to like those spools that have, but the new ones that have the banana leads on them.
The banana.
But it's not gonna be in a spool. But it'll have twisted pair.
So that's
You know,
been my
where you're
idea,
supposed
was to
pair
make
with shielded wire.
make a adapter that's got 16 plus 32 plus 12 plus 8, and then one that fits a shunt star connector as well with a long 6-foot lead.
You said
The
shut.
16 plus 32 is Nissan. The 12
Plus
other
8
one's
is
Chrysler.
Chrysler, yeah, and then the one with the little.
But you don't need
Shunt connector
Chryslers
also
anymore,
does.
right? If you just register your tool.
You don't. So here's what's funny.
It's $50.
We bought a bunch. We bought 3 or 4 of them that are the style that are like the tuner style that have the long lead that go just into the star connector, and we put them in the vans and they've done nothing. And then like 4 weeks ago, when Amazon's servers were down, Nissan or Chrysler was down also. Even our Y-Tech wouldn't go through the secure gateway, wouldn't unlock it, and it was the dealers and everything had the same problem. Luckily, we had those bypasses because being mobile sucks because you're like, how long is it going to be down? Like, I don't know. So we're just going to sit here for whatever. You know, it's a collision car. We just needed to do a post scan. So it was just frustrating that even with our Y-Tech, it didn't work because it was down at the dealer network. Luckily, the bypass cable saved our butt. But we don't use the one that you unplug, you would take the radio out stuff. We use the one that goes in the star connector. That's not it. All right, so how do I unshare my screen?
It's on a different. It's on a
Top
different
share.
screen.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, say it again.
There we go.
All right. Can you say Autobots roll out?
Autobots, roll out.
There you go. I think I broke Brian.
In the city, you must fight to survive.
Can you
a
tell us about
city.
the in a world?
In a world.
That
It's
was
kind
good.
of cool because he's Optimus Prime and I'm the My Pillow guy.
You guys should
I'd
do a
rather be
commercial
Don
together.
LaFontaine. I would much rather be Don LaFontaine than Optimus Prime. Who is
Are we,
who's Optimus Prime? Peter. what's
Peter
the
Weller?
guy's
No.
name? No. I have to look it up because I always forget. Peter Cullen is Optimus Prime. Was.
He dead.
He's still alive.
How'd he die?
I thought he didn't.
He's just said how'd he die after he said he's still alive.
I thought he
He
died.
thought he died.
Yeah, no, he's still alive.
Oh, motherfucker,
No.
died
He
soon.
did the vocalizations of Predator. He also did. He was the first voice of Carr in.
Oh, that guy's
Knight
awesome.
Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a couple videos of his Predator clips, and that was amazing.
He was also Eeyore.
Igor.
Peter Cullen's super cool, and then
Imagine-
Don LaFontaine did die.
If I had his voice, I think I would use it everywhere I went. Like going through the McDonald's drive-through.
but you would still be the My Pillow guy.
Yeah, of course.
That's funny. Yeah, no. Don LaFontaine did die. He was the In a Movie or In a World guy, the original one.
In a world.
In a world.
Are we done?
I think
Yeah, we are
we've
done.
been
Let's
done for
fight
about
to
an hour.
survive.
Yeah, we were done as soon as Andrew finished this case study.
Yeah. He stole tortillas in the corner.
Somehow we still
the
have
mob wanted
55
in.
people watching, but
He sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah. No, the
We
the
have
one
going
with,
up. They're going
hardcore
up.
fans.
Yeah, I know. Pablo Francisco does a great bit where Arnold Schwarzenegger sells tortillas. It's awesome.
Hey Brian, how many?
I don't think anybody's
tickets did
ever
we
said
sell?
Pablo Francisco's done a great bit. But anyway, moving on.
tonight
Yeah.
tonight we sold about 10.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks. Sam was half of those, so thanks, Sam Saley. He said he bought
Well,
five.
actually, I
fantastic.
didn't
Awesome.
count his. Let me add him to the
Oh,
list
all right.
because that'll
So
count.
15?
So, all right. So, are we? Do we really need to count them now?
Probably should.
Yeah, because am I showing my best picture, or is Rich showing his? Is Rich threatening to show his, or do you guys get to see mine?
Show them a sneak peek what they get, man.
Oh no, I don't. I saved that for the full time.
Do it. Do the sneak peek. Do it.
He only does that on his OnlyFans channel.
Do it.
Yeah, send it to my OnlyFans. Rich is a member. He likes it. He would how's my OnlyFans.
Well, $5 a month. I mean, it's a bargain.
Rich has signed up for 20 years. He's gonna be dead before he gets his money back. Whoa.
Little tortilla boy.
Damn, L1.
I can't add you to the list, Keith. So
I know. It's okay. It's a straight up donation. From
Damn it,
Alberta,
Keith.
Canada.
Awesome.
That's great, eh?
Hey
Is
Keith,
that
I need a
insider
donation.
trading? Yeah. Tommy, can I go to Chicago for a donation?
All right, are we topping? Are we tapping out?
Sperm donation?
we probably should.
Yeah, well, some. Yeah, it's about to get real bad in the next couple minutes.
All right, guys. Thank you all.
Yes, thank
We're
you.
done here.
Yes, before we get kicked off of the entire platform.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank
See
you
you,
to
uh,
everybody, and good
See
luck
you in
on the
Overland
Pico.
Park.
And
Find us in Vision or STX, and Brian will buy you a drink.
Make sure you haggle Rich in his class, Keith in his
Yes,
class.
yes. Come heckle me in my
Brandon in his
class.
You can haggle Drew.
I
in
think
his,
Rich's
in my
class is sold
at
out,
Vision.
right? Rich's
No,
class is sold
really?
out. Right? I don't know.
There's a lot of sold out stuff.
I'll be there.
Somebody-
Hold up.
Wow.
Somebody's trying to sign up, and they said mine was the only one available Thursday.
Definitely not sold out.
I was like, perfect.
Oh, that's because they put you in a 300-person room.
There's gonna be like 18 people
Probably,
in my 30
yeah.
seat room.
I'm
wait
teaching
a-
in a
wait a
closet
second.
somewhere.
Wait, so wait.
Sold out.
Sold
If I
out.
was Sherry, if I was Sherry, I
They're
would
sold
screw.
out.
If I was Sherry, I would screw with everybody and put like the least attended class in the biggest room.
There's like 9 people
It's in the
person
whole
room.
luncheon room.
And you know they're all spread out and at the back, right?
3 screens. 3 screens. You got you're mic'd up.
You're all mic'd up.
Oh, jeez.
Can you hear me out there?
Is my class sold out?
I don't know.
Which one?
I just
Oh,
know
you
that
mean-
somebody
you
You
called
mean
me.
Drew's class?
Well, yeah.
It's Drew's
yeah.
class now, bro. It's not yours
Yeah.
anymore.
I talked to Drew today or yesterday. Today.
How's he
Yeah,
doing?
called me.
How's Drew doing? Yeah.
He's doing
I talk to
good.
Drew all
He's
the
doing
time.
good.
Yeah. Is he getting
Yeah.
nervous yet?
We were,
Because
we were supposed to be leaving.
He is.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
nervous.
he's teaching Vision a couple days, and his PowerPoint isn't done yet.
He was like, "It's my first time coming to Vision, and I'm teaching." I'm like, "Well, good luck."
Hold on,
He was
hold
like,
on a
"What?"
second.
And I was like, "You'll do fine, man. You'll do great."
let me share
Oh,
my
Jesus.
screen. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So hold on a second. Yeah, Drew's PowerPoint isn't
Oh,
done
boy.
yet. He's-
Go up
he's
a
got-
couple
he's-
slides there.
Yeah.
John Cena.
What kind of?
No, that's Batista,
This one?
right? Dave.
Yeah.
Dave.
Batista.
Yeah.
600 volts. What is
Here's
that?
that guy.
Hey, did you put page
right.
13 of the Power Probes user manual in there?
Oh no. I like this one. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let me.
Are we seeing a
Slideshow.
Vision class before Vision? Is that
Yes,
what's
you
happening?
are. Yes, you are actually. I'm not gonna share a different screen. Hold on. It's over here now. I showed everybody. Keith, you didn't see this. So I'll show it there. I showed everybody before we went live.
Oh, okay, yeah. You got to put page 13 of the Power Probe 3
Hold on.
instruction manual.
This is my favorite slide. Ready? Everybody repeat after me.
This is not a test light.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I already talked about it, Tommy. I defended you.
That's my favorite one.
I'll dance circles around you with that.
He said Autobots sold out.
Let's see some of that dancing, Tommy.
Hey.
Let's see some of that shoulder shaking, Tommy.
There's
That's a lot of jiggling, bro.
Here's still.
There we go.
Everyone can see your chat.
You're still
Let's see
sharing.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't scroll down.
Yeah. So I got lots of stuff going on. So I wanted to say this one. That one.
Mhm.
I'll show everybody my favorite slide. Hold on. Where is it? I thought it was
Whoa,
here.
what? Look at that. It's, it's
No,
Inception.
we're on YouTube watching YouTube. This is very Inception of
Inception.
us.
Wrong
Oh,
screen.
Jesus. Wrong screen.
Holy cow,
Whoa.
Chris.
That one. I got a lot of screens, guys. That one. That's my favorite slide.
She looks genuinely nervous.
With a big ol' eyes. God.
Have you guys ever been on a test drive with a customer that drove to the point where it freaked you out?
Oh, yeah. It's terrifying.
Oh my God,
Yep.
dude. Yeah, it is terrifying.
So those of you who have not signed up for Drew's class at Vision, this is a preview. There's that slide
What's
right
worse than a terrifying test drive is one that's like 30 minutes. Like they just keep going.
Yeah, like, all right, let's go
Yeah,
back.
we had a customer that took me on a test drive one time. We passed the last exit going out of town for like 4 miles. I was like, it's like, does it happen a lot worse? Like, no. I was like, well, that was the last turnoff to go back. Oh, really? I'm not from around here. Like, where are you going?
Is that Isaac?
Yeah, looks like Isaac.
Looks like Isaac.
Like Isaac.
No, that's Isaac. Yeah, that's slow mo.
It's like,
there's the opening slide.
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I was saying is Drew freaking out because his PowerPoint's not done yet.
It'll be good. I just bought a hybrid, or I'm buying a hybrid tomorrow, so it's gonna be a blast. Be ready for the fun videos on that one.
Awesome.
Cool.
I say we keep lingering.
Yes,
so
we're
that
done.
Richard
We're
gets
done.
Richard gets super mad at us. Let's get angry dad at it. Angry dad.
You're not gonna get
Like,
angry.
we're done.
Be angry. I'll
Rich
just
is getting very
disappear.
tired.
I'll
Rich
pull
is getting very
a
tired.
mister. I'll pull a mister
can't
and just
stay
turn
here.
the camera off.
Mister.
What's your ceiling look like?
Well, Rich has got to get up in 2 hours to make breakfast.
Hey, that early bird special is a deal.
He's like, I roll in there with my ARP card.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rich,
Fair enough.
where you legit got your ARP card on you right now?
No, I'm not that old. I'm not that old.
You come on, you got your ARP card.
Nope.
When is it?
Some stuff in the
It's a
mail
couple
for it. I
more
got
years. I'm not
excited.
that far away, but I don't
That's in
know.
April.
Oh God! Oh, we should have ended this a while ago.
All right,
We're losing our only fan by overstaying.
we got 50
Do you
people
buy your
watching, so,
diabetes testing supplies online?
you need,
Oh man, he died last year.
Oh, Wilford Brimley?
Yes.
I love Wilford Brimley.
There was an episode
We've had a chat with 2 Cocoon references now. Holy crap! We
Rich,
started
what
off
was that
with
movie?
one.
What was that movie he was in? It was like almost like a karate movie. It was like a guy who was like a CIA agent. What the hell was it? He was like he forgot who he was, but he was like a super secretive guy. But Wilford Brimley was like the guy behind the desk. It came up on,
I don't know.
Came up on my YouTube feed for a while.
I don't know.
I remember the climactic fight was at the Statue of Liberty.
I'm pretty sure in the next 007 scene when they are when they're torturing, Bond, he's gonna have to watch 3.5 hours of train projects.
Jeez.
Oh my god, he died from diabetes.
Diabetes.
God, it was kidney failure. Oh, Jesus, Wilford.
What the hell movie was that? Hold on, now it's gonna kill me. I gotta know what the hell.
Wait a minute, it wasn't Remo Williams. The Adventure
Yes!
Begins, was it?
Remo
I
Williams,
love
yes.
that movie.
Yeah, that movie was great. See, I knew you'd know that. No, he like ran through sand piles.
Yes,
He was running-
yes,
yeah.
God, that was like the 80s, right? Like 80.
It was 85.
85?
I'm looking at the IMDb right now.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
that's what
85.
Remo Williams. Yeah, he
Remo
like,
Williams.
He forgot who he was like a superhero kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it might be time.
We
to
need
end
to
that.
go, guys.
Yes, we do.
We are drifting off to another world.
You buy your diabetes testing supplies online.
I couldn't hold it together.
Like my diabetes doesn't spot.
Ain't got no gas in it.
All right. On that note, everyone, good evening.
Oh,
Have a good night.
Bye.
Oh, God.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.
French fried potatoes.
Peace.